What's going on, everyone? Tenha here, and today we're gonna take a look at the 5-star Heng. I just want to let you know that we're doing this in the test server, so we're not provided with good enough relics to do the showcase, so just keep that in mind that all the damage that you'll be seeing is gonna be a little downgraded. I have 3.5k HP, 2.4k attack, 127 speed because I gave him the speed boots, 75% crit rate with 180% crit damage, and then we have the imaginary damage boost. For the Lightcone, we're using his best in slot 1. It gives you crit rate by 18% at S1. And when you use basic attack, you get 1 stack of Dragon's Call for 2 turns. Each stack of Dragon's Call increases the wearer's attack by 18% and ERR by 6%. And this can be stacked up by 2 times. And then at S5, we get 30% crit rate. And each stack of Dragon's Call increases the wearer's attack by 30% and ERR by 10%. Who cares, right? The reason why we're pulling for IL is because of... you know? A lot of the people wants to be like, I don't want to be one of those degens, but yeah, I think it's a good character, good design. That kind of stuff. Enough with the chit chat, let's talk about his traces. So this is what I want to talk about. Just look at the basic attack multiplier. At max level, you get 500% damage. And there's also 180% damage to the adjacent enemies. If you do 180% times 2 plus 500, that is 880%. It is quite crazy. But you have to keep that in mind. In order for you to use that, you need to enhance your basic attack by using your skills, and that's going to be very costly. And not only that, but also, his ultimate takes 140 energy. He's a main DPS. That means you're not going to be giving him the ERR rope, which means that it's going to take quite a long time for you to use ultimate, which is going to help you save your skill points, because when you use your ultimate, you get this 2 Squama Sacrosancta or whatever this is called. You can replace your skill point usage with these stacks. If you can use this more often, then it's going to be good. However, I feel like it's not going to be that case. In order for you to use him really well, then you're probably going to have to use like skill point positive characters. Let's talk about his bonus ability. He gets extra crit damage when dealing damage to enemy targets with imaginary weakness. You can probably force this by using Silver Wolf, but if you don't have Silver Wolf, you can probably replace her with Pella, because Pella is also a skill point positive character. At the start of the battle, immediately regenerates 15 energy. He's gonna have less problem getting his ult back. And then the last bonus ability gives him the chance to resist crowd control debuff by 35%. Resistance for crowd control debuff are always good, especially when he's a DPS and he wants to take the turn. IL, after using his technique, his attack will cause him to move forward rapidly for a set distance, attacking all enemies he touches and blocking all incoming attacks. After entering combat this way, he deals imaginary damage equal to 120% of his attack to all enemies and gains 1 Squama Sacrosancta. That means he's going to be using 1 less skill point for enhancing his attack, right? And the priority for his skills is that you want to go for basic attack, obviously, because this is where you get the massive amount of damage bonus. And then he's kind of like Blade, where all the other skills are very important, which means that he's going to be quite expensive. So relics, like I said before, we don't have the right relic sets, so they're all broken. And then his relic looks like this. Crit damage body with crit rate, speed, imaginary damage boost, and attack rope. He can either use a space station if you're using speed boots. You can also use the Reptilian Arena because it gives you a crit rate, and then you get the basic attack bonus. You don't get the skill damage bonus, right? Because his skill just enhances his basic attack. And if you really want to, you can probably use Salsoto as well, because it also gives you crit rates, and then it gives you ultimate damage, but I don't think this is going to be good for him. It would be better for you to go for either Space Station or Reptilian Arena. And you don't want to use ERR Rope because his damage multiplier is huge. Depending on what set you use on Heng, you'll be limited on how to come up with this team. For example, if you're using the imaginary set on him, right? Which means that you're going to be relying on the imaginary break. I personally think it's better for me to go for Musketeer set compared to the imaginary set. But you can always go for imaginary set if you want to. So let's go ahead and take a look at his damage overall. I personally wouldn't like to recommend this, but if you were to use him well, right? You want to have like an imaginary debuffer. So Locha would be the best, and you want to put Welt, but you would probably have to manage his skill points well because he's a skill point hungry character. And then for the last character, you can probably either use Silver Wolf. If you don't have Silver Wolf, you can probably use Pella, having 2 skill point positive character is going to be easier for you to utilize Dan Heng. If this team is not going to work out well because Welt uses skill points, then you would probably have to replace him with Tenha then. And because the first monster doesn't have imaginary weakness, we're going to have to use Silver Wolf so that we can do something to her, right? And because I'm not using imaginary set, I'm taking out Welt for Tenha. Okay. Alright, first, we give the buff to Dan Heng. Can we get imaginary? Oh my god, no we don't. First use his ultimate. Oh my god, he has dragon around him. It's so cool. Oh, okay. Damage-wise, it wasn't that great. We can use the full enhanced attack here for free because after using his technique, we get 1 stack of whatever that was called. And after using his ultimate, we get 2 stacks, so we can get it for free. You know what? Let me use it on the middle guy and see how much damage you do. Oh my god. His ultimate doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's okay, right? His main source of damage is from his normal attack, right? Okay, I want to take a look at how much toughness he can take out. Look at this. No enhancement, 1 enhancement, 2, and 3. That's big. Alright, let's go. Oh, 93k damage. Oh. You know, the reason why we have to do a showcase here is because there's no Memory of Chaos available right now. So, please forgive me for not being able to do that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Again! Alright, because of that reaction, I need to probably explain. I'm not trying to hype up a character because I've been using different DPS here and there so that I can beat this stage, right? I was doing some experiment here and there, but this kind of damage is probably top tier. Okay, let's do that again. So right now, we have Benediction buff, and then we've got the 2 stacks of Dragon Call, 3300 attack. Okay, alright, let's see. 179k. This is very solid. My first impression of Dan Heng IL is that with the skill point positive characters, it is very easy for you to run him. However, if I didn't have Locha, I wouldn't know how to actually keep him alive. As you guys have probably noticed, the meta is shifting right now, and the amount of damage that we take had been increased. So although Sealy is probably still up there for damage, you know, we needed to add like extra protections to keep her alive, which means that she was suffering from the damage loss, right? This is Sealy, by the way. Her base HP is 1400. Compared to her, Dan Heng has 2300 HP, which means that he's going to be naturally tankier than her. So this is what I was worried about when they were releasing Dan Heng, because they were kind of changing the meta so that we are forced to use like better healers or better tankers, because they're going to be releasing Fushan next, right? In order for them to sell Fushan better, then they're going to have to make it so that it seems like it's necessary for us to have better protection. But for all this time, we just used like Sealy, Bronya, Tingyun, and, you know, one whatever healer, right? But nowadays, without Locha, it's been getting harder and harder. His E1 increases the number of stackable Righteous Heart stacks by 4, and 1 extra stack of Righteous Heart will be gained for each hit per attack. So he's gonna get more damage, right? If you go here, the Righteous Heart is this from his talents. You get up to 6 stacks without the Eidolons, and each stack gives you 8.7% damage. It's 52%-ish. When you can get 4 extra stacks, then basically your damage bonus will be 87%. And E2, which I think is probably the most broken thing that you will ever see. After using his ultimate, Dan Heng IL's action is advanced forward by 100% and gains 1 extra Squama Sacrosancta. Wow. Extra turn. It's probably not going to work like Sealy, where you get extra turn without using your buff turns. But this is pretty huge because that means after he uses his ultimate, he's basically going to be using his full enhanced attack for free. And I like how his E3 gives you basic attack level and then also skill level, right? So it gives you reasons to spend money here. E4. Buffs provided by Dominating Roar persist until the end of this character's next turn. So Dominating Roar is the buff that you get from his skills when you enhance your attack 2 times or 3 times. So before you attack, you get 1 stack of Dominating Roar, and you get up to max 4 stacks, and that lasts until the end of his turn. But by getting E4, that buff is going to become permanent if you can use his full enhanced attack all the time. And E5, ultimate level 2 and talent level 2. E6, after any other ally uses their ultimate, the imaginary res penetration of Danhong IL's next full enhanced attack increases by 20% up to 3 stacks. That is going to be huge. A good stopping point is probably going to be E1, E2, and E3. I would recommend any of those. If you get lucky, that would be nice. So why don't we go ahead and just unlock all these and see how it goes. You know, I really want to do this on my main, but I can't because I haven't reached 100k subscribers on this channel. Did you guys know that 80% of you guys who's watching this channel right now doesn't know this is a brand new channel dedicated for Honkai Star Rail? So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, because at 100k subs, I'll be doing a showcase of all the characters at E6, S5. Oh, he's gonna be so broken. So, at level 7, his multiplier becomes 550 with 198% damage to the adjacent targets. So that is going to be 946%. That is huge. Buff him once. Imaginary. Nice. I'm curious about him getting the extra turn. So let's use fully enhanced attack. 137k. This is ultimate. Our Danhong has the full stacks right here, right? Because he used his ultimate. Imaginary? No, that's Quantum. For free? Oh, 180k. I wanted to check it right now, but she didn't have any defense break, right? Besides the effect from Silver Wolf's ultimate. Okay, Imaginary. Thank you. Okay, we don't have the skill points. We're just gonna have to use the auto. Okay, that is a small PP damage. Let me cut in between the turns. Alright, 83k. And we got 2 defense reduction. That's gonna be minus 100% defense break. Yes, that is. Alright, let's go. 300k. I think we can do better. Extend the duration for defense break 40%. And then I do think Tenha is necessary for you to use Danhong really well because you need those energy for his ultimate. Here we go. This is gonna be this, right? 380k. Oh my god. I wanted to see how much damage I will be doing with using his 3 enhanced attack, his ultimate, and 3 enhanced attack again, which means that we'll be doing more than 1 million damage like that, right? Wow. This character is very, very broken. I didn't think I would see like 1 million damage back to back like that. I mean, we get somewhere close with using E6 S5 Blade or Jingyuan, but Jingyuan is, you know, it doesn't really feel like I'm playing the game, you know. We gotta wait until that Lightning Lord to do stuff. But also, same thing with Blade. We gotta wait until we get hit. Danhong IL is like, you know, you get to use those skills. This is how I would rate him. Is he a good DPS? Yes, but he's forced to use skill point positive characters. So that's the downside. And also keep that in mind that I wasn't using the attack boots. If I were to use Bronya with Danhong, then I would probably need to have all the Eidolons. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to this new channel, I hope you guys do. If you have different opinions about him, let me know in the comment section so I can learn more from you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.